So I want to bring myself today to my book. I write in it to talk about things that are very important. I write it down because I know that I'm going to have to remember and read from it so that I can remember everything that I want to say. So I'm going to go into the book, and you don't get to see a whole lot because how I got it. I'm not sure if this is going to work. Maybe that'll work. I'm not going to hold my book up here because that's like in my eyeballs, and I am finding that I may be kind of allergic to the binding. I don't know, but it makes me cough, so I may have to stop a couple times. But let's talk. We're going to talk about what has been coming up a lot lately in circles, groups, online. So we're going to talk about accountability. Moving through what shapes us. Friends, kin of the earth, thank you for being here, for showing up with your own stories, your own scars, your own quiet hopes. It is an honor to sit in circle with people who understand that spirituality is not lived only on sunny days. It is lived in the rainstorms, the cold mornings, the long nights, when we are not sure what is going to bloom from the soil of our own lives. I want to speak today about accountability, purpose, and the deep work of moving through what life places in our paths. Because the truth is this: every one of us carry a story that has knocked the breath out of us, a moment or moments that have left us confused or angry or grieving. A season where there was no clear answer, no tidy closure, no explanation that softened the ache inside, and yet here we are. We're breathing, feeling, healing in ways we never thought we could. We often talk about the purpose as if it arrives fully formed. As if one morning we wake up and declare, this is who I am. This is who I'm meant to be. But the soul does not work that way. The soul is stretched, tempered, broken at times as it learns through experience, trial, exposure, sorrows, and joy. Your soul came into this life with a purpose, yeah. But the purpose is not fragile. It was built to endure the full range of being human. It was built to experience things that make no sense at the time. Built to walk through the seasons when nothing adds up. To feel deeply and rise anyways. We often want closure because it feels like a door neatly shutting behind us. It feels final and clean. But rarely does life work in neat edges. Some stories do not give us a final chapter. Some people will not give us the apology we deserved. Some experiences will never offer an explanation that settles our spirit. And as painful as that is, it does not mean that healing isn't possible. It means that healing has become an inside job. A soul job. One not carried alone. However, it unfolds in our own time and in our own ways. Sometimes we move like a torrential storm, wild, fierce, charged with emotions. I'm guilty of this. Sometimes we move like gentle streams, slow, steady, flowing around the beautiful stones instead of fighting the jagged edges. Our pace may change, our rhythm may shift, but the moment continues. Because healing is less about understanding the past and more about reclaiming our future. Here's where the accountability enters the chat. Accountability is not about shame. It isn't about blame. It's about the honest act of saying, this is mine to carry, and this part isn't. These are the moments that life made for me. These are the choices that I made. And here is where I can choose differently moving forward. Accountability is kind of like spiritual maturity. It is the moment we go, I need to stop putting my peace in the hands of others and learn to create it myself. The moment we say, I cannot control what happened, but I can choose what I make from it. And you, dear, you have already made it through so much. You have built strength, built compassion, intuition that can sense when others are hurting. You have grown wisdom that only comes from being cracked open and stitched back together. Your traumas do not define you. Your traumas don't own you, but they shape your path in sacred ways, teaching you to stand up for yourself, or even more beautifully, to stand up for others. You never know the life you may touch simply by telling your story. You never know the life you may save by speaking your truth when others can't. You never know the healing you may inspire when your honesty, your vulnerability, and your courage. Every scar you carry is a doorway to understanding someone who believes they are alone. You see, sometimes your story isn't about you alone. We are all tangled in this web of life at one point or another. And sometimes it takes another gentle spirit to help us untangle the web. You are not here by accident. Every season you have survived, every challenge, every heartbreak, every moment of grace. These were not detours. They planted you here in this part of the garden of your earth walk. Part of your purpose, unfolding like leaves in the spring. And now here you are. Not at the end of the story, but at a turning. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to choose differently. You are allowed to heal in circles, spirals, or in rhythms that make sense only to your own spirit. You are allowed to honor the pain you have lived without letting it decide the rest of your life. You are allowed to step forward with purpose. And remember this, healing is not a destination. It is a journey through many terrains. Some are stormy, some are peaceful and beautiful. All bring you closer to yourself. And when you step out of the storm and into the clearing, you will realize something powerful. You have carried wisdom through the dark. You have carried hope through the unknown. You have carried purpose through every season where you thought you had none. You are becoming. You are evolving. You are rising. And remember, you are needed.